founder and CEO of I Want Experience. And over in the back there is my co-founder. Over there is Philip Bolt, my co-founder as well. Philip and I have worked in the movie industry for the better half of our lives. I mean, we've been there for 15 years. We worked at Weta Digital for 10, where we've worked on films like Avatar, Hobbit, and Planet of the Apes. And our lives changed when we tried virtual reality. We knew that this medium was something very different. So in early 2017, we formed I Want Experience. We feel that virtual reality can change the way we see the world. It's often thought that its strength lies in immersion and its sense of presence and engagement. However, we feel that we take it a step further. We feel that the strength of virtual reality lies in the sense of intimacy. At I Want Experience, we immerse you, the audience, into the world of passionate experts. We describe our product as a behind-the-scenes TED Talks, where you go into the world of these experts, where they're no longer on stage, but they're in their workshop. They're in their space where they get inspired. They're, in many cases, you just want to see what they're like as real people, and ultimately you want to connect with them. So what we plan to do, or what we're doing, is we're bringing hard-to-reach people and places to your doorstep via virtual reality. In the early stages of our testing, we were hoping for a few minutes of engagement, perhaps 2 or 3 minutes at best. And as it turned out, that a lot of people who were using our app wanted to experience our experiences till the end and often stayed immersed for up to 35 minutes. We had a funny situation where the American ambassador, Scott Brown, came around and he asked us to stop interrupting him while he was immersed. So it was with great delight last year that we were accepted into the Wiki Lab at Te Papa, where we were immersed within the cultural space. And there we learned how to navigate the cultural world. Because we've been straight out of the film industry, it was a very fresh and different world to work within the cultural sector. So it was great to actually understand and mostly try and work out where we can add value. Fast forward 5 months, we're now at early stage, we're now at the final stages of our first commercially available application, which will be launched at Te Papa in 3 months, which features, well, not in 3 months, in 2 months, which features the award-winning artist Lisa Walker, where we go inside her world with the launch of the new art space that's going to be open on the 16th of March. We're also in early discussions with Marlborough Museum and Motab about creating on-site virtual reality experiences for them. However, in order to expand, people and institutions need to adopt the use of virtual reality. Ironically, the biggest concern institutions have about the adoption of virtual reality is the fact that there is this lack of adoption. I mean, why invest in technology if it's not really massively adopted yet? And the biggest concern for manufacturers is the lack of content. However, we're at the tipping point where companies are starting to take this seriously. Big companies like Facebook are investing billions of dollars in creating the hardware and platform required. So behind me, well, over there, is the graph that illustrates what Goldman Sachs projects to be the projected sales of virtual reality headsets within 8 years. And I mean, doing the maths, just shy of $1 billion means that that's 1 in every Western household. However, I prefer to rather scope the problem to a rather smaller set and think about what's actually happening right now. These are some of the institutions that are successfully integrating virtual reality into their space. Across the pond, we have Australian Museum in Canberra that's generating $500,000 worth of revenue showing virtual reality on site. What I like to do is rather look at other industries and see how those industries are going to affect us. If we think back to the release of the first iPhone, that was 10 years ago in 2007. No one had a smartphone, and now smartphones don't leave our side. It's only logical to assume that because virtual reality technology is being folded into the next release of, or the next gen of smartphones, or current releases of smartphones as well included, but as it progresses, it's going to be part of our natural lives. This mass adoption is going to take place. Exponential growth occurs when overlapping technology exists. However, right now, for the first time in history, we see a convergence of all these affordable technologies that are all coming together to allow an immersive experience to be available and streamed online. Prices are coming down, and while this technology becomes more affordable and works its ways into the hands of consumers, we're going to be partnering with arts and cultural institutions to create compelling content for their audience. This is a small demonstration of our product, so it plays. So we're building a virtual reality application for mobile technology where you can step into the world of passionate experts from the comfort of your home. It's a curated, family-friendly ecosystem where you can explore the world of passionate experts, whether they are explorers, artists, creators, historians. It's an interactive world. As you can see, you look around, and as you look around, it's very simple. It's designed so that it can be easy to use. But essentially, what it is the way that we've designed it is that all of the experiences are interconnected. All of these experts are creating a fabric where we can learn to explore the world through the eyes of an expert, but also through things that inspire the expert. So as you saw in the previous video, we were moving between a Maori carver, who is very well respected within the community, and then we were also back at the house with Te Papa. And those two worlds share a commonality. What we want to do is create a virtual world where the user can actually explore these two worlds. What's nice, what we're trying to essentially do is we allow our users to actually follow these individuals that create content, and you can find out what they're up to in the real world. It will be basically a very similar to Facebook type environment where you can actually publish content and ultimately keep up to date with what they're up to. You can obviously choose to share this content with your family and friends. We'll also be providing the tools to allow our customers to take control of the creative process. A simple online authoring solution to add content themselves so they can add content to preserve their stories for generations to come, to create a rich and diverse range of experiences for our audience. Everything is done via the cloud, so this gives our customers access to their content from anywhere in the world. All of this user behavior gets integrated into Google Analytics, so we can grow the content based on user engagement metrics. Ideal customers would include museums, business and enterprise, and cultural organizations. Within the museum space, we found that it was ideal because virtual reality fits like a glove. One of the mandates of museums is to extend their offering to the community. So with virtual reality, you can do this. You can break down the walls, and you can reach parts of the audience that never attend museums. Business and enterprise can use our application to show their point of difference to their customers, to try and express what makes them unique within this platform. However, at our core, we want this medium to benefit the range of at our core, we want this medium to benefit the institutions to preserve culture. Because by leveraging the medium's strongest quality, that being the sense of intimacy, we believe that we can create empathy. And a lot of people feel that virtual reality is the ultimate empathy machine. And when you look through someone's eyes, when you have the opportunity to look at the world through someone's eyes, you can actually have a connection with them. And for a brief moment, that connection can actually allow you to actually bridge cultures. And that's why we feel as though this is an undeniably powerful tool. So our roadmap moving forward is finding organizations who are interested in using virtual reality, and we want to essentially come on board and assist them from the creation of the footage to the deployment of the actual content within their space, on their hardware, and specifically with the aim of empowering these organizations to create content themselves so that they can use our platform to share their content. So we thank you for your time, and we look forward to talking to you more in person.